welcome back to my channel. I'm Jazzy B, and today I'm actually finally gonna start getting caught up by manga reviews because I have two mangas I need to review for Junjo Romanica. So now we're with manga 5. This is the cover of Junjo Romanica. I like this cover, it's really cute. I love the bear. I love stuffed animals. So right now I'm gonna try to catch up on my manga reviews because I'm almost done with 7 still. Getting a little slower because I'm trying to catch up on my schoolwork as well as my job and everything. So I'm gonna make sure I get caught up. I'll give you an update at the end of this video about what's going to be going on with the general current situation, Junjo Romanica, and next manga I'll be reviewing. So here we go. So let me show you the picture. This picture. This is Akiko's Haku, and this is Mizaki. So let's get into this. Now we're going to Junjo Romanica, Act 7. Basically, Usami has to go to this big party basically because he won this award, and he doesn't want to. Right now, his boss busts in with his editor saying, "Come on, rise and shine," and he's kind of aggressive with Mizaki. Ooh. He's like, "Come on, dude, we have things to do." He's like, "You got 10 minutes to get ready. There's a taxi outside waiting for us." He's like, "What?" He's like, "Don't you see what I'm doing? You're about to devour this young youth, aren't you?" And yeah, you still want to bother me? Yeah. Guess what? We're having this big party at the Imperial Hotel, and you can stay there for a night with your lover. Ooh, sounds like kind of fun. It's all for a party. Like, do I have to? He's like, yes, you do. Plans have already been made. You gotta go. Kiko's like, no, I ain't. Usami's like, no, I'm not going nowhere. Hey, come on, today you get to relax with your lover, because the party is until tomorrow. Of course, all expenses of out of our books, of course. Sounds fancy. You gotta go to this fancy hotel, be with Mizaki for at least a night. And then you go to this party next day that he doesn't want to go to. That's relatable. He's trying to talk to her, like, come on, this is romantic. Come on, you can go. It's a high-class suite. You'll like it. You'll enjoy it. He's like, what if I told you that your little boy toy wanted to go? Oh, shit. You were breaking in the lover. He's like, he told me he really wanted to go. He's like, how do you know? He's like, he told me while he was alone. He's like, well, someone like me never be able to get into a place like that. So if I had the chance, I would like to go. I know how busy Usagi-san is, and I wouldn't want to bother him. But I know it'll be boring without him. Wow. That's dirty. Using his own lover to get him to go to an event. Impressed though. I'm very impressed though. He put all the stops to make sure Usami will be there. He's like, fine, I'll go. He's like, great, perfect. And Usagi just has his angry face. Like, come on, you can make him really happy. Nope, he's not happy. And then she's like, wow, no wonder they call you Slam Dunk Usaka for nothing. Because he's apparently Usaka, his boss, is really good at getting him to do things. So I'm really impressed. His editor couldn't be able to get him to convince him like that. So I had to give him points. So now Mizaki is heading to the event because he just got out of work to meet Usagi at the hotel. Now we're going into the scene where Osaka tried to convince him to go to the hotel so Usagi will be there. He starts, come on, wouldn't it be fun to go to the parents? Like, well, I know Usagi doesn't like parties, so I don't think I would want him to go. I don't want to make him force him to do anything. Then all of a sudden, we get this expression from Usaka. And basically, it's like, what's wrong? This party is a big deal. He goes to the South Side like, this party is a big deal. I planned all this. My company has to do this. If Usagi isn't there, I'll lose my job. I do. Mizaki's like, you fine, I'll go. Damn. Alright, hook, line, sinker. Mark, hi, baby. If you sit here, I'll let you continue. Otherwise, you gotta go, Mark. Mark, you're in the video. Mark, sit down. Mark, over here. Mark, come over here. You can sit over here. Okay, that'll do. Fine, I'll pet the cat while doing the YouTube video. So he stops by the shop. While he's walking to get to the train, he realizes that he hasn't got Usagi anything for the award yet. So he walks past this flower shop, and he's like, "Whoa! As long as it's under 3,000 yen, I should be able to get him some flowers." But here we have a couple intertwined. Guess who is at that flower shop? Noaki. Because remember, Noaki works at the flower shop. Mizaki happens to go to the flower shop that he works at. Mark! Baby! You gotta go. Mama loves you, but Mama's trying to do a YouTube video. He's like, can I get anything for under 300? Some else for 300 yen? Noaki's like, sure. What do you think? He's like, well, Mizaki never done this before, so he's kind of nervous and everything. He's like, well, let me just give him some roses. I hope this makes him really happy. If it does, I could just drop dead happy, knowing that he loves these flowers. Mark, you gotta go. You're in the way. And well, now we're to the train station, and here's the stranger who clearly has never rode a train before. And he's like, everyone's like, hurry up, pick something. He's trying to figure out, he's never been on a train before, so Mizaki's like, let me help you. Let me help you. He's like, where are you going? Imperial Hotel. Oh, that's where I'm going. Let's go together. So they end up going together. He doesn't catch the guy's name yet. We'll see who the guy is soon enough. This is the guy. Ooh. If you haven't done for the picture before, this is actually Usami's older brother. So let's continue. Wait, no. He's the younger brother. My bad. So they end up riding the train together. They're talking. He's like, well, I usually have a chauffeur to escort me everywhere. He's like, oh my god, this is a rich guy. Oh my god. Mizaki's like really a rich guy on the train. He's like, he must be in a different plane than me. He doesn't really know the guy. Then he starts thinking to have Usami ever rode a train. He's like, well, he's just driving himself around in his fancy red little sports car. So I don't think he doesn't think Usami's ever been on a train before. Then Mizaki gets up for an elderly lady because he thinks she should sit down. And then the mystery guy gets up and he's like, wait, what are you doing? And then he let a guy with headphones sit down without knowing. He's like, oh. He's like, is it usual for someone to let them have your seat? He's like, no, it just depends on the circumstances. Then he's like, then the mystery guy's like, you like flowers? And Zaki's like, these are just for someone. I don't hate them. To be honest, I can't imagine anyone who would have liked to receive flowers, you know? So with that being said, he's like, I see. And this is really, really awkward. Then he looks up, he sees a big banter for Usagi's book that won the Kamahara Award. But it's called The Box Where the Moon Dwells. And Mizaki's like, wow, that's a big poster. Maybe I should take that home as a souvenir. I bet Usagi will hate it. And then he talks to the mystery guy, like, oh, pretty impressive, huh? Look at the sort of publicity you get when you win an award. He's like, he's a born writer. Sorry, I did science. Mizaki's like, excuse me. And then he's like, then the mystery guy's like, it's not worth reading. Mizaki's like, really? What's with this guy's attitude? I did all this, help him get on the train, help him get his ticket and everything. Now we're going to the same hotel together. And he has the nerve to talk about Usagi like that. He's like, Ingus. He's like, what kind of asshole is he? Like, he's like, I was kind and everything, and I can stand for Usagi, but he put it. But he's like, I got a bad feeling about this guy. Don't worry, you'll figure out who this guy is soon enough. They get to the hotel. Mizaki's like, I don't know where to go. He's like, well, that mystery guy's like, well, they did an extension recently, so he might be in that area. So he's like, okay. He's like, I'll just walk to the furthest. I'll come with you. Mizaki's like, you can stay there. He's like, no, I'll come with you. Mizaki calls his friend like, hey Usagi-san, I'm here. Where are you? He's like, good timing. Points out there, like, oh, it's the kid. And then the moment you realize you fucked up. And then Hisaka-san is like, Hiko, is that you? He's like, Richecho, what are you doing here? He's like, well, I'm having business with your little brother. Yup, he's the older brother. Confirmed. It's been a little while since I've read Manga 5, so... But I watched the show, so I should have known this. And then Usagi's like, why the fuck did you two show up together? The moment you realize Usagi's pissed. He's like, well, he had a hard time riding the train, so I decided we ride together to help him. And he's like, wait, you two know each other? And then Usagi sounds like, yeah, this is Kiko's older brother. Her Sacho. Her Harukiko. Sorry about my pronunciation, please forgive me. And Mizaki's like, what? Like, this guy's his bike, be kidding me. He's like, they kind of look alike, but not really. He's like, you're going back home someday. Whether you like it or not. That's his brother talking. We're like, oh, like, no, I'm not. How many times do I have to say it? He's like, listen, I left everything at the house. I never asked for anything. He's like, you're a perfect, you can do whatever you want with whatever. He's like, and then his brother's like, don't fucking joke around. It's thanks to you that I got left with this mess. Deal with all the sentiments of shit. And you're just going to turn your back like it's nothing. If you don't like it, then why don't you quit? I have no intention of forcing you to do anything, but then they're like, I can't speak highly of someone who runs away at the first sight of trouble. Uh-oh. Guess I'm guilty as charged. Knock it, then Osaka-san comes in like, knock it off, you two. We don't need to make a scene. And he's like, Hiriko, that's enough. He's like, you're a joke. You go ahead and fly in your little make-believe world. And you hide yourself from reality. People can't get away with that stuff, right? It is like, that's all. Let's talk about returning home and running away. And then Saka-san's like, stop! And then they're like, you're just publishing your neo-nonsense books one after the other. Keep stroking that ego of yours. But I won't stand for it. I bet you feel so good about yourself, you little. Then Mizaki comes like, shut up! Oh, shit. Mizaki's pissed. He's like, how do you know? You told me you never read any of his books. How dare you read about something you don't even know, you asshole? Like, listen, if you're gonna talk about Usagi-san like that, he's like, you have any idea how I have to deal with his bullshit? How hard it is for him to write one of his books? He goes weeks without fucking sleep, and you're gonna be scared. He looks really scary, but you're gonna talk to him like that? You haven't read none of his fucking books? Well, excuse me. How about you read one of his books, you asshole, and then you tell me. Then you talk about his shit. Otherwise, go, you big fat idiot. And then they hopped in the elevator and the door's closed. And then Osaka-san's really impressed. He's like, wow, I haven't heard anyone call you idiot ever since me. And then the guy's like, he's like, do you see that he has tail between his legs, his hair's down? He was so mad. And then he's like, who is that kid? Well, that's Akiko's special person. They're actually living together. Like, someone actually lives with him? I can't even imagine. Yeah, I thought that at first when I saw him, but he's not no ordinary kid. And then his brother, like, yeah, he must be exceptional ability to be able to handle living with Akiko. I'm about to say, Akiko just seems like that hard to live with. Yes, he does. He puts a lot of effort into his books and everything. But I don't think Akiko will be that hard to live with, I think. I'm not sure. Then he's like, give me a pillow so I could kill it. He said murder, but it reminds me of what I think of my criminal class in high school. My teacher didn't like the word murder. So, he didn't like the N-word. Murder, murderer. He says killer, killer, homicide, you know. So, I just said kill. He's like, how can he have what crowd up his ass? Is that seriously your brother? How can he be something like that to you? And out in a public place? He's like, just calm down. He's like, why should I? He treated you like shit. He haven't read one of your books, but he has the nerve to talk about you like that. He should be ashamed of himself. So I was like, don't worry about me. We always had that kind of relationship. It's different between you and my brother. Like, oh. And then Mizaki's like, oh. I feel bad because I talk about my brother all the time. So he's like, I'm sorry for talking about my brother. I didn't know it made you feel uncomfortable or anything. I'm even more sorry that I saw your relationship between you and your brother. And I have the nerve to talk about my good relationship with me and my brother. He's like, he's like, He's like, come on, you pay too much attention to yourself for once. He's like, why? And then Misaki's like, why are you smiling? He's like, I was just thinking how angry you were. So he's like, of course I'll be angry. Someone screamed like that in the hallway at you like that. That's not what I'm talking about. Come on, quit smiling. I'm trying to be serious here. And Saki just keeps on smiling. Misaki's like, just quit. And then Mr. Saki's like, what do you think of the sweet? He's like, well, it does have killer furniture, but I'm not still not fast. And then Saki's like, what's missing? Misaki's like, there's a lion's head in the bathroom. He's like, that must be his way. Saki thinks, this must be his version of fancy. So Usagi-san says, it just makes me happy to see that you'd get angry for me. And then he's like, Misaki's like, why? What's the big deal? I don't understand. He's like, silly kid. He's like, oh, before I forget, I got you these flowers as a graduation to the award you just got. I haven't got you a gift, so here are these flowers. Usagi-san's caught off guard. And he's like, let me congratulate you again. The book was really a fun read. I actually read this book. And just like that, grabs Misaki, gets him out of bed and hugs him. He did it, and Misaki's like, what the hell are you doing? Get the fuck off me. Usagi-san's like, I try so hard to put words together, express an emotion, but you use so few. Shut up, I just suck at Japanese. Japanese is your native tongue, but yet you suck at it. It's understandable. That one was good at their own language. It's like my pronunciation, like I say, library. I think someone says it like library. I say library, I usually roll my R's when I say library. Which is why I'm saying library. Because I roll my R's. Misaki is like, with those few, and then it's with those few words you use that you get the point across so much easier. Misaki's like, I don't get it. Misaki's like, of course you don't get it. You're a kid. Misaki's like, don't fucking play with. Then he kisses him. Like, on the contrary, I'm giving you a compliment. And then, of course, we go into a 18 and up scene. I never did the 18 and up scenes, but I do give you the overall point, what the thought is. Of course, Usagi's amazingly happy about Misaki, of course. Standing up for him and everything, and showing his love for him, and also graduating for the award. Misaki's really embarrassed, like, no, we don't have to do this, but actually, in all honesty, Misaki's very happy that he did something nice for Akiko, which we'll call Usagi-san. And then Misaki's like, one day, I'm gonna jump you like you jumped me in the bedroom. Usagi-san's like, well, you're just really adorable. Now the sex scene's over. And then he's like, well, sorry, there's flowers there. So she's like, why are you apologizing? He's like, well, I just thought it'll be best to get something really gorgeous. So I was like, I'm happy with anything you get me. So when are you going to, so you weren't sure about flowers? Like, yeah, and I bet you were worried if roses would be a good choice. Misaki's like, that's right. Misaki's like, well, that makes me really happy. It's a kid thing, and Misaki realized, like, then I'm really happy now, because I know these flowers made him happy. And then, next day, Usagi-san, where are all these suits? He's like, well, I bought them for you. All of these suits? He's like, yeah. He's like, but I already have a suit. But he's like, well, it's nice to have something new once in a while, you know? A new suit for every appearance, you know? He's like, I want you to return all these suits. He's like, give me the receipt. He's like, what's a receipt? Oh, wow. Rich alert. And it's like, also, I got you this book on lion heads, for lion heads in a bath. He's like, I need to teach you how to use your money sometimes. People are suffering. And then knock at the door. I have a flower arrangement for Takehishi Misaki-sama. Like, don't you mean Usagi Akiko-sama? Like, no. This is for you, Takehishi Usami. For Takehishi Misaki-sama. It's from Usami Harukiko. You then was like, dear big brother. Dear big brother, I feel a story coming. And then Usagi's like, why did he get you these flowers? Usagi's like, beats me. And that's how we end Act 7. Now we're going to Act 7.5 of Junjo Romanica. A guy got me flowers. A man who bought me a ton of clothes got me A guy bought me a ton of clothes. Like, I'm a 19-year-old college student. This is pretty fucking weird. I'm like, well, you should be. I think you should be a little. I think he should be grateful to Usagi though, because Usagi goes out his way for him when he doesn't have to. That shows how much Usagi loves Mizaki. Her Kiko, his brother. I don't know what he's up to, but I guess we'll find out. And then Usagi's like, send him back. Like, what? He probably left already. He's like, I don't care. Just throw him away. Usagi's like, oh, but wouldn't that be rude? Usagi's just isn't having it. He's pissed. So you accept flowers for him, but not from me? Uh-oh. For me, Mizaki should have returned. For me, if there was someone you love, someone else sent you flowers. If someone else sent you flowers and it isn't your lover, I say return them. Because why would you accept flowers from someone else? Are you cheating? Is there someone else in the picture? You like someone else? That's what it looks like to your lover. So I'm single, so I don't have that problem. But if I was in Mizaki's position, I would have returned the flowers or throw them away, because that's going to cause a rift between you and Usagi-san, and it's about to right now. He's like, wait, gifts are too much. She's like, I don't know if I wear all these suits. And then Mizaki's like, yep, he's in a very bad mood. Excuse me, my leg's falling asleep. So let's continue on. My leg fell asleep, so like, I'm gonna get some smokes. Yup, he's angry, alright. And then this is all too much. She bought all these suits. And then guess who comes? Anwa-san comes over. She's like, here's the more suits that Misaki got. And like, where is he? He bought cigarettes. Like, you should have seen how Sensei was just shopping. He's like, what do you mean? Buy whatever he wants to if he reaches. Like, that's not what it is. Usagi was so serious about buying these suits and forgot what you should have or not. It drove him crazy. And he's like, I'm just gonna take them on. He's like, really? He just got tired of saying, like, yeah, pretty much. But he's like, but he really hoped that you liked all these. He had a smile on his face. Here's a smile. Hoping Mizaki you like these. And Mizaki's like, he's like, you should keep them all because Sensei's in a good mood. He'll be a wreck later. And then guess who's behind her? Usagi-san. He's like, what the hell are you two talking about? Like, hey, Sensei, welcome back. I can bring the rest of your suits. I'll be back to visit you guys later. Tata Mizaki, he's like, wait, Amasa, help! And then she leaves. And then, of course, let me show you above their faces. This is not a good situation. I think Mizaki should have thrown away the flowers or returned. Mizaki probably doesn't have a way to return them, so I think Mizaki should have thrown the flowers away. You should have kept them. No. I know it's mean, but he's not your lover, so you shouldn't accept any flowers unless he's your lover. So let's continue on. And Son goes, she's like, okay, I wonder what the forecast, the weather is. So he turns on the TV. And then Mizaki realized he did something wrong. He finally realizes that he did something wrong. He's trying to think what to do. Like, he's like, hey, I was hoping he'd be happy over a measly 3,000 yen for, and he was. Then everything has a limit. How much is she spending on these useless things? Yeah, that's right. No. He's like, it doesn't matter why. Then Mizaki realizes it doesn't matter the price tag. It matters that he gives them as a gift, that he did everything out of his love for him. He couldn't even think about how he felt. Mizaki's still kind of in the closet with himself, so of course Mizaki's confused about all this. So it's relatable here. Mizaki like, Usagi-san? He's like, thank you very much for the clothes. He's like, I didn't want to be a nuisance to receive them. I was just really surprised by how much you were going to do for me. He's like, you mean? Who wouldn't be a little shocked to see these many boxes? He's like, I thought they'd all look good on you. He's like, oh, I know. It's not to me the whole thing. So that's why it makes me feel like the happiest guy on earth doing this for me. And Usagi sounds like, I see. I was all glad, didn't she? He's like, oh, but I think it's a waste to keep all these suits for myself. How about we pick one favorite from each kind, you know? That'll be enough. Mizaki realized this is a trap. Then they're like, the shirt and the jacket, they go well together. Then they're picking out clothes for hours and hours. forgot. I was like, this would match better with this. No, no, but that would match better with that. And then a few hours later, Miyazaki's like, yep. He ends up with all the suits. He's like, I think I've been duped. And he's like, I forgot to give you something. He's like, briefs. He's like, I need to teach you important listen. It's called wear the proper suit like a man. So he's like, put your arms up. He's like, okay, say bonsai, bonsai. And then he rips off his shirt. Like, what are you doing, you pants Steven bastard? He's like, well, I'm about to instruct you on how to wear a suit. So let's start with your underwear. Miyazaki's covering himself because he's scared. I don't want to learn him, send them all back. He's like, dear big brother, I was a fool to pity him. Then the next page, we're going to read Jono. We're turning back to Jono Terrorist. Because in this manga, we get a story from all three. We got Junjo Romanica, Jono Terrorist, and Jono Agnostic. If I'm correct. And we look, yep. It's with Jono Ecotist. But we're going to do, now we're going to go to 3 acts of Jono Terrorist. Let's see how this goes. Where this, oh wait, I forgot to do the couple's introduction. Okay, let's stop here for a bit before the Jono Terrorist. Jono Terrorist consists of another male cut, 2 males again. First one being Takadashi Shinobu. He's the son of M University's dean to the literature department, where his lover is the head professor, Yoon Megumi. Yoon Megumi was married to the dean's daughter, aka Shinobu's sister, for 3 years, but she cheated on him. But he was more into his work and everything, so let me explain Yoon Megumi. Yoon Megumi was once in love with a sensei in high school. He was in love with her. He went into the apartment she loved, and then she died of an illness. He walled himself in, said he'll never fall in love again. He tried falling in love again with Shinobu's sister, Rasako. Her name will come up later, and I'll probably fix it because I'm butchering it right now. But they were together, but it didn't work out because Megumi threw himself in his work, and because of that, he became disconnected and divorced, and she cheated on him. Not a good way to go. But then when Shinobu finds out that they're divorced, he comes back to Japan to have his way with Megumi. Remember, Shinobu is 17 years old and Megumi is 35. Shinobu does everything based off emotion. He'll drop everything just for Megumi. Or for based on his emotions. He'll work hard if his emotions are involved, basically. So, Megumi's not like that though. Megumi builds himself in. He has a wall around himself. So for Shinobu to come in like that is a lot. Plus, this is a high-risk relationship because if the dean finds out, Megumi could lose everything. His career, his job, his reputation will be destroyed. If his relationship with the dean's son, Shinobu, comes out. So this relationship is really high-risk. I think all in Japan, all LGBT relationships are high-risk. Like, with Miyazaki and Akiko, and Miyazaki's brother finds out, I'm not sure how he feels about that. We don't know. And then with, of course, Noaki and Hiro-san, well, his family finds out. But then, I with Shinobu and Megumi, where the risks are much higher, because Shinobu's a 17-year-old student. He's still in high school. And then you have Megumi, who's 35, who recently divorced his sister. This is going to be an interesting love story. So this is the short introduction for them. This relationship is all high risks. So let's see how far this relationship will go. Now let's start off with Jono Terrorist Act 1. Let me set up for this one. My cat's on the bed with me, which is why I'm having to sit in certain positions. So basically, Megumi's like, apparently before me is a terrorist. And Shinobu just said, I love you. What makes him a terrorist of love? I don't know, let's find out. And then here's a picture for Act 1. I think it's a cute photo. This is Shinobu. This is Megane. I think they're honestly cute together. So basically, he's like, you say what? And then Shinobu's like, it's fate, it's destiny. It feels like we're in a manga. It ironically feels like you're in a story plot or a manga plot for a love story, which we actually are. And then he's like, just an hour ago, I just got a call from my university to come meet here. Well, and then Megane explains, like, well, to this fate, this is my ex-brother-in-law, Takasuki Shinobu. It's talking about the world required going back 3 years ago. These thugs were all about, like, give me your money. He's like, I don't give my money to to you idiots. He's like, I don't give a fuck if you bully me. You would get my money, motherfuckers. And they're like, let's hear you, little punk. They're about to hit him. And the meaning comes out there, like, and the dude's like, what the fuck? He's like, what are you doing to this poor kid? It ain't none of your business, ass. Beeswax ass. I'm like, go away. Like, okay. Well, raising your voice is kind of raising a public disturbance, so let me call the police. He literally picks up his head like, yes, police. I like to report a domestic brawl. Yes, our location is, okay, let's get out of here. Fuck this shit. This dude playing hero. And then he runs. And then Shinobu takes his fate. And then he's like, you should be more careful. He's like, you should be more careful. You'd be better off not getting into so many fights. He's like, if you're looking bad, you need to get out of there fast. That's the rule. I don't have time to give you a lecture. I gotta get going. I get to Pyramid. He's like, huh? He's like, that's where I'm heading too. Crap, I'm not making it in time. He's like, okay, let's go together. Like, shouldn't we head out? No. We'll be fast if we run like idiots. They reach the Imperial Hotel. And then it's like, that I would meet him like that. So it's like they're running around like, hey, you guys can running this hotel. This is famous. Like you're like, but this is an emergency. Where's the peacock room? Then Shinobu's like, huh? Did he say peacock? And then Shinobu's like, hey, wait, there. And then Megane's like, here's the peacock room. He's like, your name is that? And he said, sorry, I'm late. We were supposed to meet 5. Huh? 4. Shinobu, you're late. I told you to get here on time. Yoon, what took you so long? 3. What's this? You came together? Huh? Shinobu, you mean you're 2. What? Shinobu, I'd like you to meet someone. This gentleman is 1. Megane Yoon-kun. Your sister's fiancé. He's going to be your big brother. Shinobu's like, what the? It was a love that's to end the misery. And Megane's like, oh my god. He means the day I went to meet my ex-wife's parents 3 years ago. Like, you don't remember that, do you? He's like, did he go abroad to stay? Where was it again? Australia. But you're back already? And it gets summer break there, so I decided to come here. And when I heard you got a divorce, like, well, it must be really fate. We must be together. And then Yoon's like, well, you really call this fate? And Shinobu's like, oh, I know what this is. You probably have trouble communicating in a foreign language in that country. It must be hard to adjust to flirting. Why that Christmas would get to anyone. If there's anything on your mind, let it out. And the show was like, I love you, that's it. And that massive heat wave we've had this summer, we could use. You was trying to get out of this. Like, ha ha ha. I think you got a little too much sun. Try some vinegar. I heard that'll help. He's like, stop. And so was like, stop avoiding the topic. You're like, do you understand what you're really saying? I'm a man, a 35-year-old man. Quit teasing a poor old man like me. Somebody's like, you really think I fly all the way from Australia just to tease an old man? I don't have that sort of free time on my hands. Oh, shit. And then immediately, like, what do you want from me? I want you to take responsibility. Wow. That's a lot to drop on this 35-year-old man. The 17-year-old comes out of nowhere like, hey, this is fate. We should be together. And you're like, what the? I'm a man. I'm really older than you. Does it look like I want to go to jail? And he's like, I don't get what's going on here. But the meeting's like, excuse me, sir. It's like, Dean's like, well, you see, I have this conference in Germany. I could be gone for the next 2 weeks. Can you please take Shinobu in your house and take care of him? He's like, Well, I have a problem with staying at home instead. Why does he have a problem staying at home with yourself, Miss D? Well, it's Risako. It's Risako. She's gonna be there for those 2 weeks, and she's not alone. She means she's bringing a boyfriend. Like, yep, she's bringing her boyfriend. And Shinobu is strongly against this, so this is why I'm asking you. I can't ask him to stay at a friend's house for 2 weeks, and I don't think he's staying at a hotel for by himself. So please take this young boy for me, please. I beg you. He's like, but I have a lot of work. Like, dump it on Kujo. I don't give a fuck. Please take this boy. Come on. I don't mean to bring you trouble with my family's affairs, but since you're my since we know each other and everything, you were married to my daughter and everything. Please take my son. This is crazy. The first one who introduced me to my wife was the dean himself. She found herself a new boyfriend, moved out of the house, lived apart, and then we broke it off with me. I'm sure he's been letting the guilt get to him. But Shinobu, being who he is, refuses to tell me why he's come back to Japan. Can you please straighten my son up? He's like, well, Miggy's like, well, I don't have a choice then, do I? He's like, okay, I'll help straighten up your son. He's like, I don't need my life getting any more complicated than this, but I don't have a choice. And he's like, okay, there's a futon in that closet over there in your room. You're free to reign however you want in my house. And he's like, what? Like, she knows it's a lot cleaner than I expected for a widower. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Remember, his sister is still alive. Wow, damn. He thinks his sister's basically dead to him. Don't call me that. Like, have you eaten yet? No. I can bring you some fruit. He's like, don't worry, I'll do it myself. I'm like, I start saying, damn. Your sister's definitely dead to you. Because it's like, you called him a widower, but he's not? Man, you must really hate your sister. Of course he hates her. She took his true love. Which was Mingani. Of course he'll be pissed. This is just comedy gold. Like, I never thought a rich kid could cook for himself. The kids these days must be. You might have started fry some vegetables. Like, sure, go ahead. Then it's crazy chopping sound. Wish. What the? Then Shinobu's gonna oil meat veggies, stir fry. Sorry, mumble. And now for the secret ingredient. Ah, put that fire out. And then this is their dinner. This is their dinner. I think it's a nice dinner. It consists of sliced up cabbage, vegetable soup was instant kind. Rice cooked by Megan and then stir fried cabbage, I think. He's like, well, I didn't expect you to be such a good cook. He's like, sorry, you can't throw it away if you want. I'll just run to the casinos for it. I'll pay. Like, no, it's fine. I'll eat it. I always wanted to eat like a caterpillar. Like, I'll do better next time. He's like, so now Miggy's like, he's trying to break the ice here because this kid just confessed his love to him. And there's a lot going on here. So he's like, how's Australia? And then his doctor's like, this kid has a lot of pride. But he can be awfully hurt really easily. If we're going to be living together for next week, we better start off on the right foot. He's like, did you see a real koala? Oh, koalas. Koalas are one of my favorite animals. Like, are there a lot of sheep like they said? Any kangaroos? Did you get yourself a girlfriend? I heard the girls abroad look a lot more mature than they are. Shouldn't have said that. That face he realized he fucked up. Let me get a drink real quick. Man, this story's getting me thirsty. And then Shinobu returns to, I want you to take responsibility. He's like, what for? I don't know what you're talking about. Like I told you before, we're both guys. What's wrong with that? You're my expert's little better, but you're divorced and we're not even blood related, so it should be okay. He's like, don't you think this is odd for a 17-year-old difference between us? I could be your father. It is a lot. That's why I think you should take some responsibility for making me fall for you. Damn. Let me even take responsibility. He's like, I want you to love me back. He's like, I didn't need to hear that. Miki's like, I do not need to hear that. Too late. They're like, okay, you did keep it together, but this kid is driving me crazy. Does he know what he's even talking about? Is he this kid really pulling my leg? Please tell me this kid ain't serious. It's like, why does he make me want him so? Why did I do? What did I do to make him want me so bad? Then here comes Kami Joe from Jonah Egotist. Professor, here are the books you want. Oh, Kami Joe, what the hell? Coming to hug him and shit. Everything is so confusing. You're the only one I can talk to make me feel better. Kami Joe's like, I'm not here to make you feel a lot better, so lay off. How can you be so cruel? I thought we were friends. Give me a break. So how are you two getting along? Remember, Megumi knows that Hiro-san, Kamijo, and Noaki are together. Not many people actually know that they're a couple. Megumi happens to be one of the few that does know. After all, he did try to kiss him a few mangas back, and then almost got his ass cursed out by Noaki. The Kamijo's like, what are you talking about? It's like, I just noticed your skin's a lot smoother. She's like, ho 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 ho. You're just talking crazy, old man. There's nothing going on. I just put these here in the meantime. Like, whoa, what? Kami just goes crazy. Then he's like, this guy is always fun to mess with. I did not know that you like messing with Kamijo like that. Kamijo is much easier to handle. He's like, we just know how much we know each other. We can keep our distance and everything, because we're both adults. When you get to this age, it doesn't make much sense to put out so much effort what you do. Of course, work is always serious, though. You can start to avoid relationships with other people like the plague. That's when you can start to find peace in your life. Well, all that's left is being able to read the situation. I don't want him to step into my life. I don't want any more distractions. Oh well. Should we probably just got too much sun and get confused? It's winter now in Australia, right? Maybe it's just a lag. Really? You think his feelings is just a lag? Wow. Oh no, you didn't. Oh no, you didn't. Sorry, looking for my notifications. Sorry about that. I had to check my notifications. He gets home and he's like, I'm home. Shinobu's looking at a cookbook. He's reading a cookbook to see what he could cook for Megumi next. It's like, have you already? Yeah, okay. He's like, cooking with eggs. We're at school, right? Everything okay? You making friends? Well, we've been in the same class for the last 3 years, so, I see. By the way, you're preparing for your exams, right? What do you plan on doing next? Attend a Japanese university for now, I guess. Which one? I was thinking M University. Remember, M University is where Megumi works at with his father, the dean. He's like, oh, my school, what department? He's like, probably literature. Megumi's department is literature. Like, it's always happy to see people interested in literature. He's like, well, and she was like, well, it's not that I'm really interested in it. He's like, what do you mean you just chose cause? Like, I'm not just cause why you? Like, you better be thinking you better not be thinking goofing off for 4 years. You gotta study hard. And like, I dare you to try and get into a place like that with that attitude. Usher's already got an assistant professor with a reputation for being a devil. He'll beat you into shape if you. That's not why I'm taking it. I'm looking into the literature because you're in it. Wow. Megumi should know because he went to the literature department just because of the professor, the teacher he was in love, the sensei he was in love with did. So Megumi should know. She's like, oh, okay, this is much never knew I was so popular, so ahead prepping school you're hard. But I'm warning you, this is no joke, but your half-heartedness is a real... I'm not being half-hearted about this. They're fighting now. Kids are always choosing my classes because of a teacher they like. Yes, but your way of liking me isn't normal. It's twisted. Megumi should know. He should clearly know. He went to the literature department because of his sensei. He became a professor in literature for her. Even after her death. Dumbass. Twister or not, that has nothing to be getting with. They're fighting right. Like, I'll show you. I'll get in. He's like, this is bullshit, and I'll take your goddamn class. Oh, crap. Why are you picking me anyway? What a pain in the ass. Because it's you. Mika gets on top of him. Mika is on top of Shinobu right now. At this point. And then, like, maybe I should. Your taste's a little off. Or are you just horny for anything now? Wow. Damn. Show me what you could really. I can show you what could really happen. Well, we're getting into a scene that I'm not going to share. I'll give you the general thought, of course, but this scene could be considered a crime. Shinobi didn't really consent, and he's under 18, even though its consent is 14 in Japan. Huh. I'll give you the overall thought. He's like, get off me, like, oh, you must be popular, smart, pretty, rich. And like, if you're looking for a fuckboy, you might want to look somewhere else. And like, just out of curiosity, you want to know what it's like to be rich. Like, you should be careful. Like, no, stop. If that's what you want, be my guest. And then they kiss. And then, overall thought as well, stuff happens. And I'm going to skip. Because this could be considered a crime. So I'm not going to go deep into it. The general thought is, oh, let me see what it's like to be with a man. Mingini never been with a man. He tried to do, we all know he tried Kujo before. We all know how that ended. Oh, but him getting his ass curb stomped. So like, well, this should end it all. He's like, well, I did something wrong. This should end it. And then he's thinking, am I crazy? I just touched this young boy. Just to get him to stop loving me. Hey, maybe a few punches he'll cuss me to hell and he'll pack his shit and go away. Nope. Let me show you the full reaction. Look at this. He scarred this young boy. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like, oh my god, he's serious. You can see it in his eyes. I'm like, look what you done. You furthered make him want you more. Or worse. You're crazy, Mingini. Mingini's crazy. This crazy old man. I'm only 10 years his senior, but I'm 10 years younger. He's 10 years my senior, but damn. He's like, well, I need to go to the university. I gotta go. Bye. Shinobu was like, don't get back here. He's like, you can stay here for 2 weeks as we agreed. Like, meanwhile, I can stay somewhere else. Mingini's like, I'll go somewhere else. He's like, no, get back here. Don't run from me. There's nothing more to do. He's like, meet me in my eyes. I've always been good at studying in athletics without even trying, and with a feeling like mine, I've never had trouble with money. So I never really had a goal or something I really wanted to be. Shinobu's impressive. I wish I was good in athletics. I did track. I did track and field, but I was only a thrower. Due to my asthma, I was not going to do running events. But I did do cross country. It was some team, but it was nice and fun to do. But Shinobu was like, at first I want to go to college, then I get a job, then I get married like I'm supposed to. But I finally found something I really want to passionate about, and that is you. Like, what's wrong with me pursuing you? This is serious. It's not a fling, you jilted asshole. Mingini's looking at him like he's crazy. Like, just remember to turn off the gas when you're done with it. Don't run from me, Mingini. And then he runs like hell. You're like, what the hell did I just do? What the hell's wrong with this kid? Well, you technically just touched this kid. You could be in jail right now. This kid wanted it, though. But that isn't consent, though. They're both embarrassed. He's like, what a mess. And that ends, this is how Act 1 ends. We have 2 more acts to get through. Let's see how these 2 acts will go. This is, but we're in Act 2 of Junjo Terrorist. Act 1 was crazy. Very crazy. Let's see how much crazier it gets. And then this is him with the sensei. This is the woman he was in love with when he was a student. This is his sensei. She doesn't have a name. I could try to look up her name later on. And I'll let you guys know. I'll look up to see what his sensei's name was. Because it's not in the manga, so I don't know. So I'll do a little research here. She's like, thank you for loving me. Those words were so gentle. And then Mingini's like, all I could do was cry in response. Then we're in Act 2 of Junjo Terrorist. This is the front cover. I think it's kind of cute. He's like, we're in Mingini stop right now. He's like, the sound of the waves. Mingini, pale fingers. Mingini. pale and light, in a pink Kaneki sweater. Wakes up to Shinobu taking off unbuttoning his shirt. And then he screams, and then he's like, quiet. Shinobu's like, quiet, please. Like, what the hell? Like, you do shriek like a little girl. For a man your age, like, what the hell are you doing in my office? He's like, when you didn't come home, I guess you be here. Who barges into a professor's office like you should be in bed by now, not wandering the streets? Actually, I should be in school by now. Shinobu-chan, listen closely. I'm not gonna say this once. I'm honored how you feel about me, really. But I'm a guy, and you're a guy, and honestly, I don't swing that way. Have you ever done it with a man? Then you can't say. He's like, well, no. He's like, well, you can't say unless you give it a try. Persuasive. He's like, excuse me. This kid doesn't know what the meaning of give up. So what are you saying you have? He's like, of course. At this point, we all know Shinobu's full of shit. He never did it with a guy before. He's full of himself. I can say this because Shinobu has a big ego. Which is why I'm saying this. Shinobu is really prideful. This kid has experience with theirs, but damn. But that doesn't mean Ginny's like, that doesn't mean Shinobu's like, you sure got some messed up hobbies. Why won't you get out over me? Like that's but yeah, I know because phone ringing like hello Minginy's here. Clarence's bookstore has this book that they want Minginy to look at, and then Minginy's like, okay, I'll be there. Shinobu's like, let me come with you. Like, no, you go to class. And then he looks out like, listen here, don't get in the way of my work. And if you want to come along, then get a degree under your belt first. A know-nothing kid won't be of any help to me. I said I was going to you're applying to M University. You really want to get in? Then get your butt back into class and crack open some books. This isn't a joke. This is study period. Don't mess around, you spoiled brat. And I hate brats. Damn, savage. He's like, I gotta get to the school. The other kids might get suspicious if they see you. You like Bashodo's work, right? Oh, yes, I do. Why? I like him. In fact, I love him. Like, well, Bashino was a ninja, right? Yeah, there's some theories of saying that. Well, my name is Shinobu. The same symbol in the word ninja is also in my name. Like, so if you already share the symbol, if we already share the show, then I think you can come to learn to love me too. Megani's like, I have no idea what the fuck this kid is trying to put here. I'm gonna run from it. Megani's on his way home. He went to a bookstore and everything. He got a lot of books. He's like, I need a hide. He's like, well, the newlywed could just place it out of question because him and Noiki live together. Like, that's a question. Then all of a sudden, here's his ex-wife, Rosoko showed up because she left some luggage. She left some stuff there. So he's like, can you have a minute? Sure. Sorry for dumping my brother on you. Like, that's okay. I'm good. He's like, I think I left my bag. Can I check? Sure. He's like, well, I'm surprised nothing hasn't changed. Like, whoa. Haven't thrown anything away. Nah. He's like, I still use what there's left. Well, that's just like you. How are you so authentic towards others or just indifferent? Having any time living by yourself? I guess. Are you eating right? Pretty much. Yoon. I know this is coming out a little late, but I always loved you. If you loved him, why the fuck did you cheat on him? Crazy bitch. You cheated on him. If you loved him, you would have cheated. Duh. You would have made it work. Love nowadays, people quit too easily. But if you really love someone, work for it. It's always easy to give up on someone instead of working through your problems. Don't do that. If you love someone, love them. Cherish them. You don't know what you have until it's gone. Okay, I've been in a lot of abusive relationships and a lot of relationships that failed. But from my personal experience, honestly, don't give up. There's someone out there for everyone. Whether you like it or not, there's someone out there for you. Don't give up on love so easily. Fight for it. That's what my friend Spencer Daniel Rouse said before he died. Spencer gave me the courage to stay in a relationship with this guy for 3 years. But then I realized I couldn't work it out anymore. Because he was the one who assaulted me, raped me. I thought it was love. It wasn't. But Spencer's words will always speak true because the anniversary of his death is coming soon. My friend Spencer died tragically saving his cousin from a crazy bitch. He got stabbed right in the heart. He might have had a slim chance the knife stood in, but she pulled it out and he bled to death. It's a tragic way to go. That man loved and cared for people more than I'll ever know. I unfortunately didn't know him for long. I only knew him for like maybe 3 or 4 months. But Spencer was a good person, and if anyone knew love, I think Spencer knew love better than anyone I knew. And this is a shirt I'm wearing for him in honor of his death. So let's go. She keeps talking. Now we're back to the story. They're like, that's why I tried so hard to love you. He's like, well, I wouldn't surprise a new boyfriend and leaving me part of that. Like, but that's because you never looked at me. You can't tell what you never realized. Seeing as you're a professor, you think I wouldn't have spelled it out for you? I much have rather had it done. The thing that hurts me is that you didn't even have enough feelings towards me to dislike me. She wanted him to hate her, but he doesn't. It's not in him. Mickey's not a hateful person. He builds a wall around himself to protect himself. So for him to hate someone, they must really have to do something to make him hate him. Basically, Mickey is a lover, not a fighter kind of person, fight or flight kind of person. I can't blame Mickey. He was in love with this one woman ever since he was young, and then he tried to move on and it didn't work out. It'll get better for Mickey, I hope. And me and Shinobu had a huge fight when I told him that. I have no idea why he was so angry over this. So I told him if you plan on coming back from Australia, he should see you. Uh-huh. She's like, I'm going now. You just keep working hard on that work you love so much. See you. I kind of feel bad for his ex-wife, though. She tried so hard. Yet he couldn't see. It's kind of like that one-sided love Hiro-san had for Akiko. Or that one-sided love that Usami has for Mizaki, sort of. Mizaki's confused as hell. There's a lot of one-sided loves in this story. It's kind of sad. That you have someone you really like, but they won't come to you. I've been on the end of that so many times, so I can relate. The main thing is like, if you know, I thought you'd understand. There's no such thing as eternal love. No matter how good your moral love for another is, you'll someday be your separate ways. And I'm definitely not the type to be able to go out and find a quick replacement after losing it. Yes, I actually believe that, honestly. That's really believable for me, Giddy. He's like, the one thing I've never forgive myself for now, I've closed myself up inside a bed of prisoner of the past. That's why I don't plan anything from the start. I used to suppress my feelings, but I've built a wall up around myself. I don't expect any proper adult to try to step in. I've seen this from Megan. And then Shinobu comes out, I'm home, and Megan freaks out. It's like, oh, hey Shinobu, you're home early. But he's different. He's talking about Shinobu here. He's like, not only is he a kid, he's stable. He's like, sorry about the mess, I'll clean up right now. He's like, don't mind it, this is your house after all. Just take a break every once in a while. I brought a copy of tonight's recipe if you would be okay, if you should be able to okay for tonight. Boy, I love passion for you, but just be Megany. You're not getting away with this. Come here and be a man. You're like, stop running from me, love me, damn it. Like, you're being scary, don't cross us together. Like, this isn't just crossing the street. Wait a second, I practiced all day yesterday. Tonight's day will be much better, please. Sorry, not forget about it. I'll make it myself. Like, and then he sees the picture of him and his sensei from years ago. He's like, who is that? I don't know. Like, don't lie to me. That was you, wasn't it? Maybe. Then who is that next to you? He's like, I don't know. Like, why did you take a photo of me? You don't even know. I was like, shut up. You're just a school homeroom teacher. My school homeroom teacher. Then why are you carrying it with you? He's like, what's up with carrying it around? He's like, you still haven't answered me. Takahashi-kun. Quit the Spanish Inquisition shit. I'm losing my patience. It has nothing to do with you. With pet. It actually does. Yes, it actually does. Of course I'll be concerned if we were snapping a picture of the man I'm in love with. Shinobu's fighting really hard here. I don't know if he's being really ambitious or what. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. He's like, don't mess with me. This whimsical thing. Like, love it. Don't use the word destiny and love so easily. He's getting mad. He's getting mad. This is why I can't stand kids. Why is he burning my world with these dirty shoes on? When did I ever say it was easy? I never said it was alright to say that. I'd love you even after death. Make just have a memory here that he said that to his professor, his sensei, his homeroom teacher before she died. How can you be so much about me? He's like, because I got you out of a tight spot is no reason to start sprouting God's destiny. I have done the same thing for anyone else, but at the library. In that case, I want you to fuck me. What the? Should have gone crazy. Maybe he's like, excuse me? Sleep with me. I want you to do it with me. What the? If you do it, then maybe I'll realize that maybe I'll come to hit you and give up. Think about it. Think what you're saying before you do. It's like you're asking me to commit a crime. Well, you already commit a crime in Act 1, at the end of Act 1, so what's the difference here now? Like, I'm thinking asking for... Well, I'm the one asking for it, so what does it matter? Crap, he's giving consent to? Wow, this isn't a crime when he gets consent. But he's underage, so I guess it is a... Well, age consent in Japan is 14, so... I'm not sure if that'll be considered... This seems to be considered a crime or not. I don't think so. There's consent involved. He's over his 14, so I guess. He's like, I guess it's the power. He's like, let go of me, you crazy. Please, just once. I'll never ask again. I swear I'll give up on you. Just please fuck me. Wow. Desperate little kid. This kid's gone crazy. I think this whole genre of terror is going to be crazy. I think that's why I kind of like this story, because it's really insane. You don't think anything like this could happen, but it does. Mikuni thinks about it for a second. He's like, okay then, but I want you to start first. Well, huh? Like, well, you think you have experience, so you go first. We all know he's full of shit, so we all know he doesn't have no experience because of his pride. He's smiling awkward, like, oh, of course. He's all blushing and embarrassed, ashamed. And then there's plenty of time. He gets on his knees, he's shaky. He's like, well, liar, your hands are shaking for dear life. You're a guy, and a kid at that. Well, it starts off, let me just say it starts off with oral. I ain't going any further than that. And then he's like, why are you dead? He stops him after he came. He's like, why are you doing this? He's like, because I love you. He's like, you know what? This is what I hate. He's like, this is what I hate about people. He grabs the kid, drags him to his room and throws him on the bed. He's like, hey. And then he's like, he talks the talk, but he can't even walk the walk. Are you kidding me? He's just strolled around and without thinking twice about how other people feel. Thinking he's just this high. Like, almost like looking into a mirror. He takes off his sweater. He's like, wait a minute. He starts kissing this young boy. It starts off with kissing. Like, this is getting dangerous. I need to stay away from him. He's like, no, Megan. And things get crazy. Get heated and crazy at best. They're like, Megan, why am I doing this? Megan's like, why am I doing this? And that ends Act 2. And and the pleasure of passion. Now let's go into Act 3 of Junjo Terrorist. Where does it go? I like this. I like the scene. It's covered in flowers. It's so pretty. This poor kid. He's smoking. His shirt's undone. He's smoking. He's like, I'm pissed. It's been ages since I last felt this. Why am I feeling this way? It's all because of him. He's blaming him. Started touching the young boy. Then, well, this goes into a scene of inappropriate. He's trying to get an interaction and everything. He's like, well, I knew you won't be able to handle it. He's like, you've never done this before in your life, have you? I bet you never been with a girl. Shut up. Quit talking, just do it. Joke's over. Megany. Don't embarrass me. This isn't about being ashamed or not. You should think about what you're trying to do. I know what. So he gives up. Like, I'm sorry, and then he leaves. Like, be like, why am I so flustered? What's going on? I feel like I couldn't really leave him, but yet I can't stop thinking about him. Why am I feeling so bad? Why is this feeling of him eating me out, eating me? After that, he stood over his trip completely. He tries calling him, and his face like, did something happen? Yeah, of course. He's here. He's fine. He has Shinobu in his head. It's driving him crazy. Like, is this love? He's like, no, this can't be love. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. He's like, Rijo. He's like, what are you doing? How about instead of acting crazy, meditating, or venting, how about you finish your work? Like, Kamijo, can I ask you? This is a rhetorical kind of thing. Like, well, you see, there's this person who's for some reason is following me around and going on and on about how much they love me. It's almost like a stalker, really. Like, so it's been apart and they're younger than me. Younger? Yeah, not personally at that. Not interested in this person. This is not my type, you know. And so this kid's going on about how they're in love with me or some nonsense, completely ignoring the fact that I don't care. How would you feel if someone suddenly started doing that to you? Like, well, I don't see a problem with that. As long as that person in question is okay with it. I actually feel that if you're worrying so much about it to begin with, then that must mean you really like that person back. What? Like, what if I tell you this is ironic? What we told you I'm talking about the guy. Just what are you applying? We all know Kamijo is with a guy, so he's trying to apply Kamijo, which he is actually. So Kamijo's crazy, and then he's like, when he can stop thinking about it, he wants him. He looks at it from his professor, but he's like, he can't stop thinking about Shinobu. And he goes back to Moe and Spice like, Sensei, I love you. It's like, what? You gotta be joking. I'm your teacher. You're my student, but you've already retired. Retired or not, our relationship hasn't changed. Then let's change it. Please, you have to understand. I'm 10 years your senior and once divorced. Plus my illness. The doctor said I don't have much time. I love you even after death. Don't we remember that saying beforehand? Shinobu said that in Act 2. He's in love with his professor. He's like, I want to be closer to you. I love you. Like, this can't change. I could go to the same university you did. So he went to any university like his teacher did. He did everything for her. He was in love with her. And that haunted him. Then she died. Your parents were like, please forget her. She'll want you to be happy. Live your life. All I could do was cry. And then we're back to present time. Shinobu's at his house. He's like, he forgot something. He's like, me. He's like, I got some cherry blossom tea with talk. Then they're like, why am I keeping him here? He's like, won't you even look at me? You won't even look at him. This is embarrassing. Well, so how's school going? Okay. By the way, the other day when we were talking about destinies and stuff, why did you bring up the library? What was you talking about? The library scene. So here we go. Like, well, you used to always study at the library with all those books in your hand. You also musty and stuff. So after that, I thought it was fate. Sorry, the only thing I remember about that was during the candle lighting ceremony at our wedding. You were sitting in a row and you were like, kill, 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 kill. Or the look of death. Yeah, I was looking death for my sister. I thought my destiny was with you and Chris, but then you divorced. I thought this was fate. Yes, fate. I could go. Then should I get all emotional? He's like, you know what? I gotta go. You're like, please, sorry. He's like, hold on. Forget what? He's like, just forget everything. Forget everything, obviously. So long and thanks for all the food. What do you mean everything? By everything, I mean everything. No, but I'm not done yet. Then he grabs him. What? So then Mickey was like, what am I about to say? He's like, sorry for coming here. She was sorry for coming here and slams the door. Mickey was about to say he loved the guy. Come on, Mickey. You can do it. It's gotten into me. I'm changing. Sorry, it's just the camera. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back to finish the video. Sorry, something came up, so I had to check. So basically, Mickey's shocked. He's trying to figure out what's going on. He's like, I feel like I'm changing. He's like, what's wrong with me? Nothing wrong. Then he goes to a scene about his lover's parents. The parents of their daughter, the sensei he was in love with. They're like, please forget her. She don't want you to be happy. They'll stay on her, please. He deserves to live a happy life. Please. All Megiddo could do was cry. He's there like, you can't bring the dead back. He's like, I'm sorry. I needed her parents to say something to me, but I don't understand. Well, time will be all it takes to make my pain go away. Well, forgetting really lead to my happiness after I loved her so much, after she loved me back. How can I forget you once you're gone? Like, I can't betray you like that. And the phone rings like, hello, this is Megan. Oh, hello, Mr. Dean. These calls like, did it's not between you? Shinobu's like, well, it's back to me to apologize for it. He hasn't been acting lately. And he won't tell me what's going on, so I thought I'd ask you. He's like, no, everything's perfectly fine. What do you ask? Like, well, he's surprised by saying he has plans to go back to Australia. Like, what? What do you mean he has plans to go back? Like, you haven't heard? Like, I can't believe this kid. He's like, I'm sorry, but when did he say he's going back? Like, he called me last night. Like, no, when is he leaving? Today. Mickey's like, then we have Professor Kujo's like, you idiot professor. Okay, that's Mickey saying that idiot. And then Kujo comes like, dude, it's about your reference or tales. They're like, this is crazy. And it's taking too long. I thought, why is it taking so long for this? Work. Like, you could be right here. Okay. And then Mickey's like, I gotta go. He's like, what the hell is this kid doing? He's like, he did all this. Just who's gonna go through life be like his own boss? Like, what the hell? Why did this kid leave after all he put me through? Are you kidding me? This kid better stay. He's like, I think I'm falling in love with this kid. Why the fuck is he running away? He's like, I'm not a coward. I'm not sure, but I guess I'll try to become this new person. He's like, hey, brat. Shinobu looks out. He's like, Nigi's like, I don't know. Don't know if this is love or not. And I don't have a clue about this fate thing. But all I know is I think I want to try loving you, Shinobu. Shinobu's shocked. This kid's an idiot. He talks big, but yet he's all just cheekiness. He's like, we will now begin boarding at Sydney. And just like that, Shinobu started crying. He's like, that's right, he's a terrorist, a love terrorist. He's crying on the back of me. He's like, you cry in the word like a man, then I give you credit for it. Like, shut up and give me a tissue. Okay. I'll give you, he's like, I don't have it. I'll give you money. Let's go buy some. So they end up going to the shop, like, oh, he's like, if you don't want to stay in Japan, then you hop on the next plane or go wherever you like. He's like, yes, sir. Crying and everything. He's like, can I have some tissues? Like, sure. And he's like, why? Like, or should I ask, can I forgive myself for dealing with this bullshit? And that ends Act 3 of Joe the Terrorist. Joe the Terrorist is crazy. It's full of craziness, which I find quite pleasing and enjoying. Now we're going to Act 9.5 of Joe Ecotis. This one isn't that long, so this video's gonna end soon. So here we go. He's like, here's I'll take a bath together. Then he's like, I realize. He's like, even though I just got back from a late night at the office, he's like, he looks at him like he's crazy. He's like, no, he wants a bath with me. Oh, hell no. Like, haha, nice joke. Let's go. I was like, come on. Don't you want to leave your stay strange? Like, don't worry, I'll be fine. He's like, I can handle the water. He's like, handle what now? Every nook and cranny from top to bottom. No, Dick, I'm going to bed. Come on, I brought a lot of new products. Like, instead of using a lot of products and stuff, you should be saving that. Why would a 29-year-old man want to go bathe with a 24-year-old man? Quit catching up in your dumb fantasies, idiot. I didn't know he has a change of heart. He's upset. He's blushing and upset. He's like, I'm sorry. He's like, I'll just go pretend. He's like, what's this, that face? Like, did I hurt his feelings? Like, you can't come sit down at the table now here, so I'll be ready to, oh, okay. I was like, what did I just do? I think I hurt his feelings. What do I do? He gives them a bath. I said I'll wash your hair. This probably didn't mean it literally. I don't even care either way. This is my problem. Naoki's happy. Yes, I can say where. Well, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. Quit fooling around. You've been getting awfully cheeky lately. Yeah, but, here's what I'm getting. What's up in my eyes? Knock it off. Then he kisses him. Please don't tease me so much. Hey, you idiot. Let go. Now it's your turn, Hiro-san. My clothes are getting wet. Don't worry, I'll clean it. What was that? He's like, come on. He has a shirt. I'm like, no, this is fun. Let's have some fun. No. It was all fun and games. Looks like the thing got to you. And he's like, I'll kill him. He's like, now you owe me, so prepare to pay me back threefold. Not a problem. What did you have in mind? My problem from now on is clean my ears. Don't laugh. Shut up. And that's how we end Junjo Romanica 9-5. Basically, Naoki wants the favorite hero's higher. So I said no, upset, said some mean things. Then he ended up giving in. We see what else is new. So here's some news. Miyazaki was clearly Miyazaki's doing 25 historical manga. He's like, Miyazaki's like, can I borrow this? He's like, I don't mind. I didn't know you like historical novels. Of course I have. You're ready to watch them together. He's like, that's very odd. Don't make fun. He says all these Japanese names and everything. Like, Kit Carter, who the hell is that? In any case, that book came out. Every Friday I started the Shariga Papa Kamikawa. It's a big like shotgun kind of thing. Basically. And then we're at Junjo Romanica 5. We're at the end where Riano Takahiro loves his brother, so here we go. There's times when you saw me during the Takahiro was pretty amazing. He's such a good kid and everything. Flashback. I told him if I as really raccoon and run away. You're like, if he doesn't stop behaving, he'll become a raccoon. So he does this real cool trick, turning into a raccoon and stuff. He's like, really cool. Really cool to keep his brother from getting into trouble. Hey, Sadie. Come on, Sadie. This is Sadie, my other cat. So now we're going to go into read what's about the next genre. I was like, Junjo Romanica. In the next volume, as if one Usami wasn't enough, Miyazaki finds his life getting even crazier with Kiko's brother, Haruhiko, confesses his love to him. How will Miyazaki survive being in the middle of a Usami family feud? And if you want more, look for further sexy adventures featuring the egotist and terrorist couples in the next volume of Junjo Romanica. So my favorite overall stuff that happened had to be from Acts 1 through 3 of Jodo Terrorist. Because I love the episodes on that as well from the anime. I thought it was very interesting. Out of this third left triangle, I find it more interesting because it's more high risk. There's a lot more going on here. Anyone can lose. That's why I find it more interesting. And that's why I really like that. That's my favorite part of the manga and everything. Sadie, come on, come to mama. So I'm going to continue reading Junjo Romanica through manga 12, like I said. And I'm going to start the unofficial Hasamiku mix afterwards. Otherwise, I don't know. Sometime this week or next week, I'll be doing manga 6 because I need a breather because these videos could take an hour and a half. These videos could take up a lot of time because I'm doing a huge review on a huge manga. So please forgive me. The Hasamiku videos will probably be shorter because I'm doing each of the story one at a time, and then I'll do the whole review at the end of it all. So thank you for watching my videos. Please support me. Like, and subscribe. I also have Patreon as well. I also do some content on there. So, thank you guys for everything. I did not own the music or images in my intro. So, please support J Park, the Manga Artists, and the Google images I found on Google. Otherwise, bye, you guys. See you next time.